Oi, welcome to TFU, and this is the Not So Grandstands podcast. And today, it's where we're at, man. So, I don't
Today is
know
where
about
we're
you
at.
guys, but people who go to the university, no, who go to Harvard University of Defensive, whatever, and get degrees in Masters of Defense, nah? You know that guy? Did you know him?
I mean, I
Leonardo
know
Bonucci.
exactly what you're trying to say, but
Leonardo Bonucci.
yeah, that was
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
bad.
graduated
Yeah,
from.
he spent a
You're
lot.
bad, you're bad. He
No, 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 no,
graduated
no, no.
from. He graduated from Harvard's University of Defense. He's a
Yes.
master at that.
Except
But
in
I
the
don't
air.
know if he's a smart man.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is,
Oh,
especially since he said those things.
I'm gonna say I don't think he's a smart man, but I also don't think he's racist.
I totally.
I don't know if he's racist. I didn't say he's racist. I said he's not a
Yeah.
smart man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying my
But
opinion.
those things that
Yeah, it wasn't right.
it brings across that you don't necessarily care about
Yeah,
the person, okay, that's cool. But then your teammate,
yeah. So the message that he came across was wrong, but then what I think he was trying to say is, obviously he was in the stadium. He probably knew that that was happening to Keane, and Matuidi I think was also on the field. So he probably knew that was happening, and then Keane scores and then goes and provokes the fans, which isn't the worst thing to do because it's racist people. What do they deserve more than that? That's such a harmless thing to do to people who are doing such a harmful thing to you. But I think he's trying to say you're provoking it, so you're only making it worse. So I agree, it's fine. He can do that, but I also see his point because what's happening there isn't good, and now Keane is making it happen more. He's retaliating against it, but he's still making it happen more. So I don't think Bonucci is saying, you see, this whole problem, it was also your fault as well because of what you did. And then the racist says, 50-50, it's the same. I think he was just saying that
It's not
better
a
not to
solution.
provoke them.
I don't think he
So-
provoked them, guys. How did he provoke them?
No, because you know that they said that when he wins there, the jeers
Yeah.
got louder.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what provoking them is.
but
Because
they already scored though, so they went louder when he scored.
yeah, I'm just saying the way that he celebrated made them do it more because he's sort of taunting them, which is fine. There's no problem in that, but usually, like you remember the Arsenal Tottenham game in the derby where Dyer went in front of the other fans and then everyone got angry. Bonucci is sort of seeing it as that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a thing whereby if you're gonna, for example, I've done nothing to anyone,
Yeah.
and then I score a goal, and it's like, so basically you're saying, yeah, you're inferior, whatever. You're always like, you booing me or whatever, right? When I score a goal, I'm like, I'm not inferior. I'm actually here. I scored that goal. So, I know.
You know, and especially since it's a young player,
Yeah.
I think he needed the support of
of your
this teammate. Instead of, even if he felt he had done something wrong, I think he should have told him on the side
Yeah.
and not
Yeah,
put it out
definitely.
that way. Because
Definitely.
now he just put himself in a bad light.
In a
Yeah.
bad
What
position.
Bonucci did.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
what I'm saying.
you
It
should-
wasn't the brightest, and it wasn't
Yeah.
helpful at all in
Yeah.
the situation. Because it's not like people are going to be thinking, yeah, that's true. Maybe he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
that's
no
true.
one's
I
going,
think-
no one's siding with what Bonucci said.
I think if Bonucci was like better spoken, better more well spoken, then I think what he would have said is, that's not a solution. You feel me? Like that's not how you solve the problem. Racism is a problem, and we don't mess with it. But that isn't a solution. It's not going to help anything. I think that's what he was trying to get to. I think that, like you said, he's just dumb, so he didn't say it wrong. But yeah,
So, and then the other thing as well
which
is clearly he didn't say it properly. So people are noting that what you said is not cool.
Yeah.
He still hasn't come
No,
out.
he did.
But then he didn't come out immediately though.
He
it's
came out
like,
24 hours later.
so,
not-
okay.
that's
It's
not that
something. It's something. Well done for you to come out and apologize,
But
um,
he didn't really apologize though, because he just said, "Yo, my comments were hasty." So
He said it in basically the heat of the moment and that
Mhm.
they were misunderstood. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they were
Yeah, they were
misunderstood, but he
misunderstood.
didn't admit to the part that they were said badly and sort of stupidly in something that shouldn't have been said because he's still understanding what he said as
Yeah.
I think probably what I explained. Listen, we don't speak to Bonucci. We don't have him on the phone, so we don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, we do.
This is maybe Tino does.
Yeah,
I don't.
he's on the group chat, bro. Yeah. Bonucci, what up? Anyways,
we'll kick you out of the group chat. So
Please kick him out of the group chat.
actually, I won't kick you out. I'm gonna leave the group chat.
Yeah, because it's data.
No. I'm gonna leave the group chat because I don't condone such.
Yeah.
That's what more people should do.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna solve this racism issue in football. So far, the things that are happening currently in football is racism. And I feel like UEFA, FIFA is doing little about it. Yes, there's other players who are doing something about it. Shout out to Harry Kane. For example, in the international break, when Sterling and Hudson-Odoi were racially abused, he then said, "It's like, yo, if this ever happens to my players, we're not gonna play. We're gonna walk out of the pitch. We're not gonna play. Understand?" And other fans will get mad because they're not gonna play. So therefore, whoever is being racist,
Yeah, that
We'll
is,
see.
I think, probably the best way to stop it because
We'll see
people are
when
there
it's-
to people
yeah.
aren't there to be racist. They're there to watch football,
And enjoy
and
it.
then they happen to also be racist.
you understand?
So if there's
So-
no
so-
football
so-
to be racist at, then they're just not going to be racist.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, hey, okay, and shout out for that,
Yeah.
because it's a step.
Yeah.
But then when people are trying to raise awareness or trying to stop racism in football, like Sterling would he like last year, end of last year, he was basically the start of this again, of
Yeah.
this racism in football again,
Bringing
And
it into the forefront, and
into-
the
yeah.
limelight again.
Pep then is like, hey, yo, you're not a human activist.
Yeah.
Focus on football, not on this racial thing. You don't come out and say that, bro, because like
but Pep is racist.
before we get to that,
Yeah. Before
we get to that, firstly, someone is being abused. You can't tell that person to, hey yo, don't raise awareness or whatever. Just focus on my football. We want to win. How is your players gonna focus on winning if they're not enjoying being out on the field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you as a coach, you should know, because coaching is not necessarily about coaching. It's about understanding someone's brain. What is it called? Psychology. You should back up your teammates and help them
Yeah.
in whatever they're going through. You understand?
Yeah.
And the one thing Pep almost doesn't understand is Raheem Sterling is a footballer, but he's a human.
He's a human.
He's not playing football the whole time, but he's most likely facing some sort of racism the whole time.
You understand?
So you can't tell him not to do that, not to fight for those that he feels he needs to fight for.
Yeah.
That's just weird, Pep. You and Bonucci,
He's worse than Bonucci.
probably worse than Bonucci, because Bonucci just didn't word things right. Pep will come up with a banana in your face.
Okay. So okay. Yes. Let's get back to Pep, and then we'll go to the focus on racism in Italy, and we'll conclude the whole racism thing. But yeah, you're saying Pep.
Yeah. Pep is racist, bro. I don't know what else to say about it. Enzo said it. Torre said it. We saw how he killed Torre's career and then tried to kill Torre's career, and then Torre had a good career again, and then came back and then killed that career.
And then he didn't even have a smooth downfall.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
like,
It
poof.
was like, it's sick. Yeah, and then also what he said with the comments, I think it was him, where they were asking him about racism in football, and then he was like, "Nah, my kids, I don't understand it because my kids go to school with all different types of people, like black people and normal people." You know what I'm saying? Who's a normal person? What's a normal person? Black people are normal people.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Something's wrong with that man, bro. Something's wrong with that man. But yeah, Pep, and I don't just. It's not because he's a Man City coach, but he is racist, and I don't like him.
Great coach. Great coach.
Great coach,
Yeah.
but he's not coaching all the time. Just like Sterling isn't footballing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that time when he's not coaching, he's a crappy person, man. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you. Anybody else?
No. I don't want to say too much about Pep because he's a great coach.
Yes.
No, we've already said things. I don't want to start to tear him down.
But if you are a
Even
racist,
though- yeah,
you
he-
deserve it, bro.
Yeah, I think
Pep,
he needs
look
to.
at me. You deserve
Yeah,
it.
Pep, really. Look at this man right now. Look at him.
Hey.
If he looks at us, that's another view.
15.
Woo!
Yeah, man. Yeah, don't condone such.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other thing is, guys, racism in Italy has been a thing for the longest time ever. Even the national players, like
Yeah.
Balotelli, he faced a lot of,
Yeah, mainly Balotelli.
mainly Balotelli, he faced a lot of racism back with the Italy fans, obviously from different supporters, especially when he was in Italy, which doesn't make sense because he's a national player.
Yeah.
He does well for your country, so it's important for you guys to always like back him
Support
up
him,
and
yeah.
support him. You know, although Balotelli does have his antics, you know,
Yeah.
but come on, man. Especially also now, you know, you have a young Balotelli Junior, Moise Keane. You know, like players like Salim Muntari, Kevin
Yeah.
Prince Boateng, they faced a lot of racism in Italy. Especially, I read up a thing or saw up a thing where it's like the club Cagliari, whatever, what
Yeah.
is it?
Cagliari.
Cagliari, that thing. I mean, that club. This is not the first time this happens. Yeah, it happened one time with Salim Muntari, and then the club president addressed it. It's like, yeah, basically, what people are saying is like, look, we're not saying the club is racist. No, the club's not racist. We're not saying the president or the fans are racist. You understand? Or all of the fans are racist. If there's a minority that are racist, sort it out. We're not gonna be like the club is racist, you know.
Yeah.
But if you leave it and then not blame the club, but say no, it's the players, or find other ways of not resolving
Yeah.
it, then it's as if you're promoting such.
Yeah.
You understand? So even like with the whole thing of Koulibaly, you know, Napoli players and the coach, they did a good thing. They spoke to the refs. They're like, hey, yo, we're giving you 2 warnings. You're not gonna play. You know. So if clubs don't do such,
Yeah.
then they're promoting that, you know. So
Speaking of promotion, I wanted to ask you guys, like in England, right? I don't know if, but I assume you have seen some of the articles that like get written about Sterling specifically,
Yeah.
and like how the media sort of targets him, and then the media are the same people who go and be like, "Yo, Sterling is facing so much racial abuse." Do you feel like they have a part to play, or they should take some responsibility in terms of how they've been treating him?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're just doing things for clicks.
yeah.
So like it was back. It's their job. It was back around the World Cup time, where the trend was hate on Sterling. Now, because Sterling's been through that, he came out strong. The trend is support Sterling. So they're just going with whatever the trends are.
But you know, they've been coming for Sterling for years.
Since
Since he was a Liverpool player.
how dare he buy a house for his mom? Oh
Even
my
before
goodness.
that, you know how he had one kid? Dude, we heard he had 33. we
19,
heard he had...
I actually remember
Every
that.
week there
I
was
actually
a
remember
news
that.
story, like a new baby, Raheem Sterling, the bad boy.
I actually remember that, dog. Yo,
It was
that just sent me
hectic.
back. What?
So it's like, now people hate Raheem Sterling. Because even after the World Cup, did you see the headlines that came out? It's like, Raheem
Yeah.
Sterling goes for breakfast, ... after losing the World Cup. It's like, what? So the man is not allowed to have breakfast now because he lost? At the end of last season, Raheem Sterling seen buying a new house despite not winning Young Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on. So things like that, I think, when they target certain individuals or certain groups of people, even when they do nothing wrong, yeah, I think they feed that. It's the same thing
Yeah.
with the Ozil thing. Mesut Ozil and Gundogan after meeting that guy, and they kept
Oh, yeah.
hammering. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
The thing is, I don't think doing that is wrong, but before you, it's just they specifically do it for people that are not white people. So like it's fine to get clicks, but it like Harry Kane goes for breakfast dot after losing the World Cup. That's the same thing. So it's just I don't know why it has to be for specific people. It
because that was
Yeah.
a strange thing. Because they had a similar story about like Harry Maguire, who was also at the World Cup, and it made no mention of him like losing. He's on his vacation, great. Everyone else is.
yeah.
So I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, it's weird that the tone of the entire article has to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
For us on racism in football for today.
But also one more thing, I think people have to stop focusing on small things like Bonucci saying something potentially bad, but also most likely just saying something in a bad way and focus on the bigger problem. Because now everyone's just jumping and it's one man who said something that wasn't great at a great time, but then has come out since then and said it's okay. Or said things that sort of made it right, I'd say. So I think stop jumping on everything like that.
I don't think it's
Well,
jumping
I
on
don't
everything.
think it's in this case. I think people have the right to jump on that
Yeah.
because he's a kid, and the way he said it, it's like okay, the situation is like it's a kid. You did nothing to help the situation.
Yeah.
You only
Yeah. In fact, it's
So-
more harmful because it feels like you're empowering that group
yeah.
that were like.
Can
Yeah.
I say that sentence specifically, right? I think what it was is, yeah, Benucci was wrong, and I think what Hudson is saying is he should have gotten in trouble or like chastised or whatever for that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he is wrong,
Yeah.
but I think
They're
he got a
forgetting about
whole
the-
lot more than he
Yeah.
should have gotten.
Yeah.
A whole lot more, and like you said there, where it's like it seems like you supporting the cause. Now, instead of them focusing on the racism, they
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
made Benucci the face
Because
of
The
it.
face
You
of-
see what I'm saying?
Since
That's
that has happened, Bonucci is the only racist person that is spoken about.
see what
That
I'm saying, yeah.
the
Yeah.
racist
Yeah,
incident,
They're even forgetting about the fans.
they're forgetting
Exactly,
about,
yeah.
yes,
how
which
they
was the
should-
main
how-
problem.
how they
Because
should
that's
deal
hard.
with the
Yeah.
racism.
You know
Yeah,
what the
that's
bigger
not a
issue
problem
is?
they can solve.
The bigger issue is that people are just super racist.
Yeah.
Like, it's difficult to come at people in a group because it doesn't feel impactful. Because like it's not the first time, as Spooks pointed out. Everybody knows that this goes on in Italy.
Yeah.
Dude, Arrigo Sacchi literally said the reason Italy's national team sucks now is because there's so many black people in the youth levels,
Yeah.
and that's crazy. But like that's Italy. So I think when they come at them one at a time, they're trying to change it from, from the bottom going up instead of just coming straight for the boss. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't think it's right again to go for Bonucci. I'm just saying
As much,
Yeah, the
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
The idea.
Obviously,
of it.
people gotta be like, hold the fuck up, Bonucci. What are you saying here? Because this seems incredibly wrong. Can we just make sure clarify? You're gonna come out and say something about this? Because wow, that looks really bad for one of the leaders doing that to one of the kids.
Yeah.
But they'll do it to Benucci, but they won't do it to Pep, ne? Pep does it, boy. Everybody says Pep is a racist. Pep hates black people. What happens? Pep gets no punishment. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me leave it. It's fine.
Continue, but
No, man. I'm just saying. Why are we giving Bonucci this much flack? That's right. That's a word, right? Flack.
Yes, yes.
Flack. Yeah. When Pep is there, bro, an actual racist, an actual person. Like people have come out and said this man does this, and his behavior shows. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna leave him because why?
Because it's hearsay. Well, we saw Bonucci and heard him.
So it's like
yeah, if
you as a person do not have proof. So it's harder to nail that down.
and then the other teammates that still love Pep,
Yeah,
they
because
don't want to come out and say it because
And especially like after these recent incidents, how he said if there's any racist like action going on, he's gonna tell his players to leave the field. So it's like, so I guess he's not racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so with that, I'm going to say we don't really know.
yeah, we don't. We just speculate.
Yeah, that's as
Yeah,
much as you
yeah.
can do safely
We've seen
without
glimpses of it.
without being like a
I'd say that.
clickbait and
yeah,
assuming
that.
things.
I'd go as far as saying that.
Okay, on to actual football now that we've touched on that because it's an important topic. So, this is been a weird debate that people have been having. Kane, should he be dropped for Son? Because since he returned from injury, I think they drew 3 and lost 1, or drew 2 and lost, and this is I think their first win in the Premier League since he's been back.
Yeah.
But it was Son who scored. So,
Should just play them together.
Well, I don't know why they keep picking Lucas Moura.
Yeah,
Like
should just
leaving
play them
Son out.
together.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, but Son was really working without Kane in the system. They had won every game, I think.
Yeah. But you don't drop Harry Kane.
That's
You
what I
just
was
don't
saying.
drop Harry Kane. Especially when you consider that even in those games that they kept losing and drawing, he was the only one that was
Was
scoring.
involved in the
Yeah,
goals.
no one.
Yeah, but still, I think it's not good to make players untouchable. Like, this hurt me personally when Mourinho was there. Like, he just had players that just would play. Lukaku would play no matter how bad he was doing. Then just give them a wake-up call, bench them one game, and say, listen, you have to step it up as well. We have to be getting results. You have to be playing well. So I don't like it when players become completely untouchable like that. I feel like there's a few players that can be untouchable, like Ronaldo, Messi.
Mhm.
Maybe no. I think that's gonna be it for me.
Hasn't.
I was also gonna say that.
Yeah. No.
Ah,
He is
not
untouchable.
get into
The
Should
thing
that
is, that's
debate-
because he's at Chelsea.
No, yeah.
no.
If he was at
Yeah.
Real Madrid, or at a team that is at the top of everything right now, winning their league or competing for their league and for the Champions League, yeah. But I'm saying, if he's
he
at a
were-
team
if he
like
were at
that,
City, let's say, right?
then
He's
he
at
can't
City.
he can't be untouchable.
I agree.
Why should he be untouchable when there's people that will come in and do better than him?
I think
On
it's the
that
caliber,
current
of,
form.
the caliber of player that he is makes him untouchable. It feels blasphemous for you to say drop Hazard and play Pedro, even if Hazard is not in the best of form.
I disagree. 'Cause
But I mean,
Hazard can do something.
It's not
Pep
in the
will
best
drop
of form.
Aguero, dog.
Hmm?
Pep will drop Aguero.
No, because
that's not wise.
yeah, he does that. Pep
Yeah,
does that.
that's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
he
saying.
never dropped.
But I'm saying it's not that you just don't have to be in the best form. It's if you're in terrible form. Like Lukaku hadn't scored. He was
Okay.
sometime last. He was playing horribly every game. Every touch was going there, off his in his face and gone. Couldn't score, couldn't pass, couldn't do anything. But he still played every game.
Yeah.
So it's not like sit him down for 3 weeks because he didn't score the last game. It's just if he's done really horribly for a long time, say, listen here, buddy, you need to rethink, sit this one out because it's not working for you and you got to change something.
Yeah.
I hear your point.
Yeah, I hear your point as well.
But Kane didn't do that in that situation.
Yeah, that's
He
what-
was
Yeah, he's
scoring
been scoring.
goals
He's not out of
and
form.
assisting, but it was the team
Yeah,
bottling
the
the
problem
stuff
is that,
or
yeah.
not. So it was gonna be understandable if Kane was doing a Lukaku.
Yeah, if he wasn't doing anything during that time.
So I think, for example, Tottenham, they're dropping a lot of results, because at some point they were 10 points clear from Arsenal. Now they're 1 point. Arsenal's 1 point.
With a game in hand, they're just 1 or 2 points ahead of them.
They're 1 point behind Tottenham.
Oh yeah, they're behind Tottenham, but they can go 2 points ahead.
Yeah, you see, so it's now that you've dropped a lot of points and you trusted your system, but your system didn't work out for you, maybe try both Son and Kane
Yeah.
to work together.
Yeah.
Because I think that would legit destroy,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I don't know why Son just doesn't play every minute
don't make it a sense.
because he's been good every minute that he's played.
Really doesn't make sense. But you know, some players,
Some players.
I know some players.
Yeah.
Do you know some players?
exactly, some players. I know some players. So.
That's nice, bro. Do you know some players?
Yeah, they're in the group chat.
Oh,
yeah.
wait.
Yeah, I told you.
I'm leaving the group chat, man.
Oh, for real? What? Bonucci?
I stand with you.
So
Do
are you leaving the
something
group chat?
about
Hmm?
Are you leaving the group chat?
I'm not in the group chat. I wasn't invited. But
Nah, you just don't answer my calls. So anyway,
Son, yeah, you were gonna say about Son.
Son. No, I think Son's been amazing this season. I
Every
think,
season.
yeah, every season, but this season I think he's really shone. he was shining this season. You know, like instead of being his usual underrated, like hardworking self, when Kane got injured, he really had the chance to like take that weight on his shoulders, and he was really doing well. Probably the best player in the league during that time, I would say. I don't know if there was anybody better. I don't know what Spurs should do to get to like make this thing work, but I think they should. But I don't know. I don't know. I stand with what you guys said. You know, it's not
Yeah.
Kane's fault.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
the team, and I don't know. Maybe it's Poch.
Look, man, I just feel like Tottenham should continue being a
Selling club.
selling medium club, man. Playing the Europa League, win it a few times.
Europa
before,
League, fight for
before you
top
can
four.
be, yeah,
something.
before you can start fighting for like top three, you know, consistently fighting for top three.
yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense because
So
they're
the-
in and out of the top.
They
three.
did do that a bit. They jumped from Europa League to title race.
Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that they're
Yeah.
in the top four race, everyone's like,
Yeah,
Tottenham are
man.
falling
Yeah,
apart.
they're not falling apart, dog. You know.
They had a good few seasons.
Yeah, you know, they're just being themselves, bottling it. But like, no, you're not bottling it at the end of the day. But you are, but you're not, because you skipped a step. Europa
Yeah.
League
Yeah.
consistency, and you need that. You know,
Yeah.
just to confidence, Nyana. You know, you need confidence, mate.
You know what I
go
miss?
to Europa.
I miss the old top four. Forget Tottenham and Man City.
Yeah,
Just
boy.
the top four. I miss that. This is crazy.
Back in the day.
Yeah,
This
you
is
know,
crazy. You know you have teams who,
United, Chelsea, Leeds, and Arsenal.
no, you know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. Leeds.
It's true.
Leeds. Wow. Wow.
He's
Or what?
speechless.
Blackburn Rovers,
Guys,
Chelsea,
they were good
United,
for
and
1
Arsenal.
year. They
No,
were good
no,
for 1
Nottingham,
year.
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
What?
Nottingham
Now
Forest.
we're going back to the 80s and 70s.
Aston Villa.
Okay, that's when they used to shine.
Yeah. So these other clubs, they're ruining everything. They're ruining everything. Tottenham,
Wouldn't
No.
go as far to say that.
no, Tottenham are ruining everything. What are they doing? What are they doing?
I think it's just. I think that's just an indication that the rest of the top four, who are the real top four, need to like step up their game, put Tottenham where they belong. Because I mean, Tottenham aren't a threat really. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
be. They shouldn't.
They're
be a
just
threat.
annoying.
Yeah,
But then
they're just there.
you can also look at the positive from Tottenham, not or Tottenham being a threat or whatever, or messing up the top four. The caliber of the league.
Yeah.
It wasn't Tottenham who messed up the top four.
It was
It
the
was
caliber
those other
of the
guys.
league.
Uh-huh.
The money.
It was United when Ferguson left. Seventh.
Yeah, we went.
That's when everything.
Why are you looking at me?
That's when the shit hit the fan.
You guys act like you don't know that some man came through with billions and billions of pounds and basically made it impossible for everybody else.
City, right?
Those guys ruined the top four.
Those bro,
Yo.
that Saudi money, dog.
Hey, it's Manchester's fault.
But you see,
Yeah,
the problem
Manchester.
is when you, I saw a post this weekend. When you look at their stadiums, bro, after all that they can,
Empty
achieve,
head.
it's empty, bro. Nobody
Empty
cares.
head.
And they're like, bro, they're basically giving tickets away. Come watch the champions. Nobody wants to, bro.
Dude.
Nobody cares.
And you know they're about to cheat the system again because they want to expand the stadium.
For real.
No one goes.
But they want
They want
to
to make it bigger. What they're going to do is they're going to say, we're going to put in $1 billion for this project. When it really only costs 350
Because
million.
300, yeah, they're just pumping. Bro, guys,
Money.
please watch. Please subscribe to T4 Football. Those guys are cool. Like they have
Only
these-
if they tell us to subscribe to us. Tell them to subscribe
T4 football.
Free promo.
Yes, T4 football
To
on
all three
YouTube.
of you.
They have like these football documentaries type of thing, educational ones. Like short. It can be short, long. They have this updated one on how City is kind of like cheating the system. It's quite educational. How they use the Arab money to pump money into the club. Uh, the oil money, saying, okay, here's a campaign, we're going to need 200 million for this campaign, but with the campaign, basically there's some dodgy stuff happening there. I'll
Yeah.
explain one, but it's not.
Go watch the video.
So it's like we're all cousins here or related, right? You guys own the club, we millionaires, right? And you're like, I make tires, he makes t-shirts or whatever. So you're like, we're going to donate 300 something to you guys to whatever for something, right? But you're actually gonna pay me 5 million, but you're getting, I don't know, man, the money's here. And the money's being
Yeah.
pumped into the club.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the other way around. Does that make sense? It's messed up, dude. Just
It's
watch
a
it.
corruption thing.
Yeah, watch
It's corrupt.
watch the video.
It's a corruption thing.
You're gonna have to watch the video because I don't understand that.
Yeah, listen, the money is here though.
No, I get
That's
what
what
he's
you gotta
saying.
do. Yeah,
I think he
yeah,
just
yeah.
didn't word it properly, but I get
Yeah.
exactly
Hey,
what he's
Bonucci.
It's
saying.
complicated.
Racist.
It's complicated, man. But yeah.
I didn't say dumb shit. I didn't say dumb shit.
Long story short, City suck. Nobody likes them.
Nobody.
And,
Okay,
yeah.
long story short, City are unfairly great. No one likes them.
Yeah,
Unfairly great.
they suck because they cheat.
Yeah.
They suck because they're so good,
Aye.
Cheat.
They're only good because they cheat.
Yeah,
and that's why they suck.
Dude,
exactly.
I don't know if you guys played career mode on FIFA 11, but there was this thing you could do where you take your whole transfer budget and put it to the
Interesting.
wage,
Yeah,
and then
You
you
can still do
terminate
that.
a loan. Wait,
Oh, that
you,
gets
you put
further
it
than
so
that.
it's zero transfer, right? Then you terminate a loan, and it causes a glitch in the thing because you have to pay, and you get $1 billion. You get over $1 billion in transfer budget.
I never did that.
People didn't know about it,
Cheat codes.
but that's literally what Man City did. They terminated a loan.
Someone was playing
and
FIFA and he was
billions,
like, "Yeah, we should do this in real life."
billions came into the club, and then they could buy anybody they wanted and get the manager that everybody wanted. They're
I
not.
missed that career mode. There was one thing from that career mode that they need to bring back, where you can search for a specific rating. Because when you're looking for youth players and you're going
yeah.
for that, or if you're looking for like a quality first, you need to add that rating that you can search for. Because then if you want to look for kids, I don't want to see the ones that are 43 rated.
I think that's why they do it like that because it's more realistic. Like you're not gonna
It
find.
brings in the whole scouting type.
Yeah. It just made it more
Just makes it
complicated.
different.
Also, I think it was FIFA 08 or something, where two people could play a career mode.
Two
at
people
once.
can play.
Yeah, I don't
What do you
like
mean?
that. Like you could play your career.
Oh, like I have a team and you have a team.
No. Like you are a player and I'm a player, and we are like playing in
So,
the same team. Or whatever.
Like co-op career mode.
Yeah. And we could like
Oh,
both
okay.
be playing in
That's
like,
cool.
one team.
Yeah, that does sound cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah, but the problem is then I don't know if that's the best game mode because then you always need to have a friend with you, and then your career mode's not going to get very far because if your friend comes over once a week, you might get through one season in that FIFA.
yeah, but like just the option. would
Yeah,
be
just an
nice, you know?
option.
Just like because I have a cousin and he likes to play, and then he just takes the whole day to play for him. So like, give me also a chance. I also wanna be a star.
Another thing for you guys, FIFA, for you to add into the game. What I want is just like a draft mode where then you don't have to play after because building drafts is fun.
Oh,
What do you mean, like?
So
No,
you know
I get it.
in Ultimate Team where you build drafts,
Okay.
do you know that game mode?
No.
Okay, so there's a game mode where you have to build a full squad of is it 23 or something? Something like
It's
that,
something
whatever
like
the
that.
full squad is, and it gives you an option of 5 players random for each position that you pick and you make them link them with chemistry and the leagues and stuff and try and get a higher rating. So those things are really fun to do. But then online, you always just go out in the first round because I'm just not that good at FIFA. So then that's just kind of frustrating and pointless. And then the single player, it's just boring. There's no reason to play except for that you're able to build another draft. So just get a mode where you can just build drafts for like free or for a lot cheaper than the 15,000 coins. I'd appreciate that.
15,000 coins.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of coins.
FIFA, something we can control. Technology.
Someone just said words, bro.
I'm linking this. Chemistry links effect.
Okay.
Hey.
Men in the minute.
But your chemistry there was on like 4.
Relax.
He's bringing it up to 23.
Respect.
Respect. FIFA, technology, VAR.
You want them to include VR in the game?
No, in VR in real life because
Chelsea
Chelsea are cheating.
To be fair,
Chelsea
guys,
are cheating.
Look who jumps. No.
I'm asking.
You
I want to
cheat.
say, let me say, it was an offside goal. Way offside.
Way offside.
But it was impossible to spot.
Ah,
It was impossible to spot. In real time, from that angle, I'm guessing it must have been difficult.
Okay, yeah,
I didn't see
you can survive with one of those calls, but how many more were there in that game?
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Was the thing? Rudiger's challenge a red card?
Was he gonna get the ball?
He was not going to get the ball, so
was
I don't
not
think
gonna
he
get
should have
the
been
ball.
sent off.
That could have been a red card. With VAR, I'd say it was 50-50. No link to racism.
But you know what's terrible when it comes to VAR? Did you guys hear about yesterday's game in Serie A, where it took the official 9 minutes to make a decision? 9 minutes. He looked at that video for 9 minutes.
The players need to go warm up again.
9 minutes. That's the thing with VAR. I'd rather Chelsea score offside goals than have to wait 10 minutes for a ref to award a penalty that my team's going to score or
here's my
miss
thing,
or
here's my
whatever.
thing. If that, let's say that's an offside goal, right? And it takes them 10 minutes, bro. That's 10 minutes to save Cardiff's whole season, bro. That's a year's worth of work.
Okay, but also let's just
Whoa.
well, let's just cancel the 10 minutes thing because that's not a regular
It doesn't-
thing.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
Okay, first of all, nah. Chelsea had how many extra minutes? 7. 7. And was 1-0. Cardiff were leading 1-0.
Yeah.
And they still had more
No.
than they had like 9 or something like that. Because he didn't score in the 90th minute.
Okay.
Aspilicueta.
Yeah.
84th.
84th. You telling me that if that goal was disallowed, Chelsea was still gonna lose. Cardiff's game or season was
But
gonna be
still,
saved.
I have 2 points that I want to make. Number one, 7 is gang. Leave that aside. They cheating. Leave it aside. Point number two. If you don't score that goal, bro, that's more pressure on you. And you know our goal can change the game. I'm saying maybe you would have scored. I don't know, right?
Maybe who?
Chelsea. Maybe they would have scored, right? But it would definitely not have been 2.
And also, because Chelsea were looking bad the whole game. They weren't looking like scoring.
Have you guys watched Chelsea versus Wolves?
Nah, what?
Chelsea doesn't have to look good or look like they're
No,
going
I'm
to
just
score.
saying. It's a lot less likely that they were going to win before that. I mean, it was a lot less likely that Chelsea were going to win before the call than after. So it does change the game. You cannot disagree that
I
the goal
can.
didn't change the game.
No. The
No,
goal
no.
changed the game.
Yes, the goal did change
Yeah.
the game. But you're saying if Chelsea had not scored that offside goal, Cardiff's season was gonna be saved
I
or whatever.
didn't say
Both
that.
of you
I
are
said
saying-
that. I said
both
that.
of you are basically
I
saying
said that, and I didn't say it like that. What I meant was the chance was there. If you're gonna take 10 minutes to save a season's worth of work, then it's worth it, is it not? Because bro, that's how many points that they lost now. If they didn't score that goal, right, it would have been at the most a draw for you. You would not have scored 2 goals for me.
Honestly, I think they were going to score 2 goals.
Deadass.
Yeah,
Then
bro.
why didn't they score 3?
They didn't need to.
Bro, 7.
They didn't need to score 3. They
They
needed
need
to
to score
win the
3.
game,
Bro,
which is what they did.
they were just.
You don't throw Loftus Cheek onto the field and not expect him to get results. That man was going to score. I promise you, he was going to score. The moment that man got onto the field, you knew.
Gentlemen.
Okay, but
I'm
also
gonna agree to disagree. I don't think that Chelsea would have scored 2 goals had that goal not gone in. I think that Cardiff was solidish at the back, and I think
They were
They
solid,
were
they were
and
very
and,
solid.
and Neil Warnock actually said that they practiced that stuff, and they were still there doing that in the 84th minute or whatever. They were still putting into practice the stuff that they did defensively on the training ground. I think that they were trying to hit them on the counter attack, or even though that man is so slow, they were trying, and yeah, we could say whatever could have happened, right?
Yeah.
But if they had that penalty shout and it went their way early on in the
Yeah,
match,
2-0.
remember? Yeah, and that was a penalty. You see what I'm saying?
Or if one of Jorginho or Rudiger had been sent off.
Yeah.
Because Jorginho's challenge in like the first 5 minutes was ridiculous.
Okay, that was bad.
That was ridiculous and nothing. Late in the game, hey,
That's not a red.
it's
Also,
Ew.
guys,
The menu fans are scared.
yeah. Listen, I think you guys it's because you're afraid you're not gonna get champions.
No.
So you want Chelsea.
No.
I'm going to get Champions League.
Okay, but wait. If we're talking about Cardiff and Chelsea, Cardiff players were looking exhausted by the 70th minute. And I mean exhausted. And Neil Warnock was not making a change.
Yeah, but
You
then
could see these people dying.
but Chelsea
They-
still didn't look like scoring after the 70th minute.
You can't stand.
Same as the Wolves game. Okay, you saying Chelsea didn't. I'm saying, hey, yo, gents, even if that goal didn't go in, Chelsea had plenty of time
Yeah.
to save it.
But you're
and get
saying
3
it like
points.
you're saying it like you're saying that I said it like if that call didn't happen, Cardiff were gonna win 1-0, which is not what I'm saying. I'm saying it was more likely than that, and I hope you're also doing the same thing but saying it wrong. You're saying it like even if that call didn't happen, Chelsea were still gonna score twice.
Yeah, I believe so.
I also believe.
I also
so.
believe so
I have
because
no doubt.
you know
Yeah,
why?
but you can't
know why?
say that. You can't
You know
say
why?
that
I
you
can
have.
say that
You
now.
know, you know why? You know why I believe so, ne? Wolves, we played Wolves, ne? And Wolves were dominating that game. They were good defensively. Wolves against top 6 sides are
Yeah.
very good, not only attacking defensively. You understand?
Everything.
And they've proved it. You understand? Cardiff, one practice session for 80 minutes, they solid, or 70 minutes, they solid. Chelsea, sorry, against Wolves, for example, he like improvised, he did different tactics and whatever. So I'm saying, hey, yo, look, players know that we want the top 4. We had already managed to get a point or results against a team that is way better than Cardiff and the team that were way better than us in that game, playing wise. But hey, yo, we're professionals here. We're a bunch of winners. We are a bunch of winners.
A bunch of-
Let's go and win.
But it's football. You can't say that
Okay.
was gonna happen. There was
This is
6
what I'm
minutes
saying.
left in the 90 minutes.
What he's saying is like saying, yo, man, Tottenham beat Manchester United, right? And Manchester United drew with Liverpool. And so therefore, when Tottenham were playing Liverpool, Tottenham were going to be able to beat Liverpool. You get what I'm saying? It's not like a
Yeah,
link,
only,
it's not like
only,
link.
only if like Liverpool had sucked against all the top
Yeah,
6.
not even, bro.
Then that's what I'm saying.
But
Cardiff-
it's still football. Because
Yeah.
you remember
You
last
can't
season when
say-
Huddersfield got a 0-0 draw at the Etihad. Huddersfield, 0-0
Not
at the
even.
Etihad against City.
They were lucky to
But
scrape
then-
a draw
but
against
then-
Wolves. You were
but
lucky to
then-
scrape a draw against Wolves, right? Now, Wolves lost 2-0 to Burnley, bro.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
true.
this season.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
So-
And
so
that doesn't
we-
mean Burnley can beat you guys. It's just the way that the game played
So
on the day.
But then
Let's
look
just-
at the what was at stake at all of those games. For example, when Huddersfield got a draw against City, City had already won the title.
Still cruising
They were cruise
to a
mode.
record.
Yeah.
Huddersfield had to survive. So here in this particular game, Cardiff are like, yo, we have to survive. Chelsea look, hey, we can be in the top 5 because they were 6th.
Yeah.
You understand? What's at stake? Both teams have stuff at stake. But then in the other games, it's not necessarily like, oh, okay, we have this at stake. We have, you understand? Burnley have to win, or they're gonna be like bottom 5.
Yeah,
Whatever. I
but
think they end up
Wolves,
bottom.
Wolves
Then
have
Wolves-
to win if they want to secure Europa League.
Okay, but wait. We've gone on a very long
Oh,
tangent.
yeah.
I think we need to come back with this. Do you think if there was VAR and they ruled out that goal, that Chelsea was not going to win that game.
Yes.
Well, I think
Or at least
firstly
get
it
something
would have
from
been 2-0, and Chelsea might have had a man down.
If they had VAR.
So it affects the game a lot before then, and that also. I'm just saying, it is a lot more likely that Cardiff were going to get a result if that goal didn't happen than that it did. I'm not saying there is no chance that Chelsea were going to score 2 or 3 goals, or even just one and get a draw after that. It's just a lot less likely. Because
Agreed.
Cardiff defended well the entire game properly until that goal was given. They even defended that goal well because they played them off sides.
Yeah.
So they played well defensively the entire game and subdued Chelsea to practically nothing until Chelsea scored an offside goal.
But
Now,
you know,
all
wait.
of that stuff that you practiced, right? The thing that you put into practice and it actually worked. And now they're telling you, nah, we're still gonna give the goal against you. You feel robbed, you feel cheated, your
Wait,
head
let me
drops.
ask you a question. How many players did you see protest that goal?
Yeah,
Because you want to talk about the psychology. How many did you see protest? There was literally only one player in that box who pointed to the assistant, asking him, "Was it offside?"
Nah,
Everybody else,
it's not about
their
that. It's
heads
not about
didn't
that.
drop because it was offside. They dropped because they conceded.
Nah, listen,
but they conceded
off
because
something that they
it was
practiced.
offsides.
No,
Yeah,
no.
but
And
they
they only
practiced
learned.
that thing. They practiced that move.
If then you saying they practiced that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm agreeing that they practiced it. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they haven't. I'm saying they have not. I'm just saying they haven't practiced it long enough for them to be psychologically fit to a point where they're not gonna concede a similar goal like the first one because it was still a course and whatever. You see, so
Warnock said they had
slept off.
spent the entire 2 weeks just working on that.
To play
I'm
offside, and it worked. So now this thing works. The thing, okay, me, right? I'm practicing, right? Soccer. This is the tactic that we're gonna put into place. When we put that tactic into place, right, it doesn't work. They score off that thing that we have been practicing for 2 weeks. So much time and effort invested
Yeah.
into that thing. Your head's gonna drop, bro.
And it's
Whether you
equally,
know it or
I say
not.
it might even be more disheartening that they didn't know he was offsides,
Yeah.
because then they're not like we got cheated. It's like, okay, we failed.
Yeah.
Effed up, yeah.
If you put
Even
it
though
that
they
way-
were cheated and they didn't fail.
Yeah, put it that way,
But gents-
fine. But don't say their heads dropped because they conceded an offside goal. Their heads dropped because they conceded, period.
Yeah.
But I still think
Yeah.
they were still happy at the 1-1.
Yes, they still
Because then-
could have
Yeah.
taken it a 1-1, but then the momentum has completely shifted.
Because now they think
They-
then
they're-
professionals.
Okay,
They're
but
like,
still,
yeah,
they know that they
bunch of
failed,
winners.
and Chelsea are on the forward. You know what that's like. Momentum is a massive thing in the game. So you can't say, oh, but it means nothing. They're still professionals. They'll just brush it off and they'll be fine.
Momentum is a huge thing in football. And then if you look at the tactics, then it's like we're defending, we're gonna play on the counter. So they knew that at some point we're gonna be doing this. You know, at some
But
point
no,
Chelsea
but
are
that's
gonna
not
get-
what momentum is.
No.
But wait,
They knew that at some point Chelsea are gonna have momentum. We're going to.
That's
have
not
to-
what momentum is, though.
Momentum
Okay, what is
for-
momentum? What is
momentum? Isn't it when this team knows that okay, you know what, we have this, we're flowing, everything is going our way. Chelsea have the momentum.
Not necessarily your way, but what you're doing is working, because the entire game they had stopped Chelsea. Their game plan had completely worked. They had a goal, they scored, and they had stopped Chelsea from doing what Chelsea wanted to do. They had stopped Chelsea from creating, they had stopped Chelsea from scoring.
Yeah.
So that is momentum towards them.
Yeah.
Even if their momentum means sitting in the box and stopping them from doing anything.
Yeah, so I'm saying at football, they know at some point that these guys want to win. They know that at some point the momentum is gonna be go
you can't
towards
say
Chelsea.
that, though.
You can't.
You can't say that you know that the momentum is going to go to Chelsea after they've gone up 1-0 and are doing everything properly until the 84th minute.
Hudson.
You can't. How can
you?
How can you say that there's definitely going to be a momentum change?
Football, pa.
it usually
Guys,
goes that way.
Hudson.
People tire,
Bruh,
momentum shifts.
look, I'm a coach. Okay, let's say I'm a coach.
I was going to say you're not a coach.
I have coached. Let's put that out there.
So have I.
Bro, you should,
Oh, yeah,
bruh,
coach.
listen to
Yeah,
this.
they
Dog,
need to
in
know.
football,
Coach.
nothing is ever gonna go your way or whatever.
You see?
In football, there's gonna be minutes where everything is just my way. 5 minutes. You should know that.
You get your
That's
spells
where
right.
you shouldn't slack. If you're gonna be like, yeah, everything's gonna go my way, that's why you're gonna lose, dog. You're gonna be like, I didn't expect that. But momentum is coming to me. That's why you lose. You're not fair, yeah, Baba.
Pointing at me the whole time.
No, I'm making an example, dog. Dog.
I feel you.
Come on, gents.
Cardiff a bunch of losers.
No. I 100% disagree with you. You cannot guarantee that momentum is going to change.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying that
That's
you can't
exactly
guarantee.
what I'm saying.
He's saying you
I'm
can't
saying-
guarantee either way. You can't say that
Yeah.
you will keep 100%
Yes.
of the momentum. It's impossible.
Yes.
Keep 100% of the momentum in every single game
Yeah,
that you play.
so therefore, players should know that,
Yeah.
hey, yo, it's going to switch. You should be prepared.
Exactly. You should be able to handle that.
Yeah.
That's
You know
what
the
he's saying.
difference
I'm
is
saying,
a bunch of winners against a bunch of losers. No disrespect to Cardiff. I just mean like, especially if you look at the table, they're down there, Chelsea's up there.
Yeah.
So
currently they're a bunch of losers.
yeah, they're a bunch of losers. They I don't
I
think
don't
they're
even think
fit.
it's just okay, bro. To be honest with you, it was just that they had better quality. Chelsea were a better team, and
Yeah,
they had
exactly.
better quality in that situation. When it's 1-1, you're gonna bet on Chelsea to score the second goal, not
Yeah.
whoever.
Guys,
Yeah,
if
of
we're
course.
speaking how important momentum is, and we're gonna bring something in that's gonna kill momentum, completely kill momentum for like 5 minutes, just so someone can watch a video.
VAR.
It's
yeah,
good.
that's true.
It's
That's-
good
Oh,
that
yeah,
VR is
yeah.
coming. It's good because less errors, but it's going to kill the momentum. It's going to take out so
Yeah.
much.
A lot of people are complaining about that, but I think it's fine if they add more strict things. Like VAR has a maximum of 30 seconds to make a decision or something like that. Because if the decision is going to take you 10 minutes to make the decision, obviously it's not an obvious yes or no decision,
Yeah.
and people are going to be like, okay, you got it wrong. People are like, I think you got it right.
I think
So
I
there
think-
should be a max, because if it's a obvious thing, you're gonna be able to see it within 30 seconds. If it's not obvious, then unlucky. You can be there for 10 more minutes. It's not gonna change. That there's gonna be controversy over what decision you make.
Can I say I think cricket has probably the best system that I've seen with this type of technology where the on-field umpire makes a call and they review it or whatever, and then the TV umpire takes a look at it again, right? And then upon review, he looks at what happens. Now, if it's a call like that where stuff's a bit sketchy, what happens is they stick with the on-field umpire's call.
Yeah.
So if the referee says it's a penalty and they can't decide, don't take 10 minutes to decide if it's a penalty.
Yeah.
The umpire, the guy at
The
the back,
original call that saw it.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, yo,
Happened.
okay, that's it. We're leaving it there. You can consult whoever, but it's quick, bro. You wait,
Yeah.
In cricket, you don't even wait for like a minute, bro. Sometimes like 2 minutes max, and that's a hard decision. And that's
Yeah.
it, bro. And they review a lot on cricket too. You want to see where your foot is. I know this isn't a cricket show. I'm sorry.
But
You
yeah.
want to see where your foot is, how you ball, is it in line? You get what I'm saying? They review a lot, and it can be done, especially with different types of technologies as it gets introduced. So I think it will get better as well.
Yeah, definitely. Over time,
yeah,
it'll get better.
we'll
But
get
VAR
better.
is technically supposed to be like that. It's only if there's a clear and obvious mistake made by the ref.
That thing.
But people have completely overlooked that thing, and then the ref goes and sits there for 10 minutes and is like,
I think that was the World Cup did that a lot. Like
Yeah.
the World Cup, people in that mental state of like
Yeah.
the computer. Ooh.
So it's just, yeah, it's you go over there, you have a look at it a couple times. If you're indecisive and you can't really see what it is, you stick with your original decision. It shouldn't be, let me go over and try and see what's exactly right.
Yeah, what's
Did
the
his toe
difference?
touch him there so that he fell over?
Yeah.
What happened?
Or just remove the whole referee running to the side completely.
Just
Say-
have him.
exactly. As you trust your linesman, it's an official, right? There are
Yeah.
officials behind the screens, bro. Trust them to say they're gonna make the right decisions, and if they don't, then hardy. But it's still better than wasting 10
No.
minutes and
I
having
think-
the wrong decision.
What happens is maybe two people disagree and now he has to make the final call.
Okay.
But there's also a thing where sometimes they just do it to sell it. They already know the
yeah,
decision
Yeah, they're like,
gonna make.
oh,
Yeah.
it's VAR.
They already know. They just want to sell it. So they're going to go there and take 2 minutes, which is nonsense. It's terrible.
But
That's with PSG it happened too. Man United
Yeah.
against PSG,
Yeah.
and then Rashford had to stand
yeah.
there. Way.
But it does create suspense and controversy.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that
That
is
is
a good
the
thing,
the
kind of.
lack and more controversy in football. Because
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
if you think about it now,
You're saying it takes out controversy?
yeah, it takes out more. So if controversy was like
Yes, controversy is a
I'm making water in a cup, right? There'd be less water. You understand? There'll
Yeah.
still be more there's still be
For
controversy,
VAR.
but then there'd be less controversy because then it's like,
After
oh, okay, speak
VAR.
about that. You understand? But then it's like, yo, no one actually saw that. It's like taking away luck in football, dog.
Yeah.
Every winning team in every league had some luck to some instance. You know, it's like, oh yeah, that guy should have been taken out of the field because
Yeah.
it's a red card, whatever. Or it's
Like,
not a red card,
Hand
whatever.
of God type thing, bro. There
It
would
takes
be
out
no hand of God.
those controversial moments, and then it's like, I did a handball,
Yeah.
and then VAR, then no one speaks about it.
Just
But whereas if there was no VAR, it would be like, oh, handball, and then we
I
still
think what it
speak
means
about
is
those type of things.
it's
and
not
luck.
that there's less controversy, it's that there's less obvious controversy. So it's like, obviously that was a handball, that he just slapped it in the goal. So I think it's less things to be blatantly angry and cross about because it's wrong, and more things to debate about.
Yeah.
Because every VAR decision, almost every single VAR decision, is debated.
But you know, there's something wrong with VAR. Where, how do you referee when you know you have VAR? There's so many instances where like, a team is on an attack, and they play a through ball, and the linesman
Yes.
raises his flag, and they blow the whistle and they stop. Shouldn't you just let them go score the goal?
They have
That's what they-
said to do that,
Yeah.
but then that's also a problem. Then
Exactly.
like the
'Cause
refs
then
are
you
Don't know
like,
how
take
to
time.
use it.
Yeah.
You know?
and the
So
refs.
there's so many
Have you
instances
seen
where
it?
someone it's clean through onside, but the man raises his flag and the game stops.
Yeah.
So what's the point of having VAR if you're still going to do that?
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let them score, raise your flag while they're
I
celebrating.
think in situations like that, the thingy, the game will evolve, bro, and eventually we will be at a point where all referees are made out of robots. You heard it here first. So
Made out of robots.
I'm serious. Have you ever watched AI Football GGO?
There's not gonna be one referee
Yeah,
robot.
actually, that's
Things
cool.
like that. And then they're like,
Sunday
it's
mornings.
just it's just little cameras floating around, bro. Like, and they monitor, and you get what I'm saying. That's where we're going, bro.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
It can't work because football's played everywhere, and not everybody can afford that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but the Prem will, yo.
so you
So
see,
the only other sort of technology that I'd like is an offsides thing.
I wouldn't want that. I'm sorry.
Because
I
there's like things that can track
Yeah.
and do that. So that I think
Because Mo Salah gets caught offside a lot, man. That's why.
no.
No, man.
I like the human element of football because it means it can be played everywhere. Because
Yeah.
now it means the game has to be played in different ways in different places. The way it is like in
Yeah.
England, in Italy, and in Tanzania, it's not going to be the same. And like,
yeah.
so,
It'll be
Definitely.
harder for African players who are from like disadvantaged backgrounds to play in that situation too. Because I mean, bro, if you're used to and now you get there and it's like offside, you know what I'm saying? You're not offside. we don't have a Mane anymore.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We don't have a Gabriel Jesus.
I really just don't really like it. I was a fan of the idea to have another official standing by the goal, like yeah, that thing. I think it's easier to do that to
Yeah.
like implement that
by the
worldwide.
goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the like
Fifth
fifth official.
Yeah.
So what would he do?
He basically his main job I think is to see if it's gone over the line.
At first,
No,
it was
At first
the-
it was that, and then to help with like penalty decisions basically with the ref.
Yeah.
But I think okay, the one thing that I think we can all agree is good is goal line technology.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little.
Goal line technology, yeah. No.
Also, the sprays. You know,
Yeah, those
Oh,
were
shout out
like-
to
They
Brazil.
made first when the
When
thing
they came
wouldn't
out-
move.
Yeah.
So-
No, I don't think it is that it wouldn't move. It's that all the players were like,
yeah. But then like, then the ref would have like an attitude and he'd spray on the players'
Yeah.
boots.
"That's." I appreciate that when the players. Oh, that's good stuff.
It's fun, man. It's
When the refs get sassy with the spray.
yeah.
Because there's this one
Can I-
video. There was this one video that I saw where there was a free kick and the players kept coming closer and 10 yards. They're like
Yeah.
5 yards away. He goes, "Move back." They move back 3 yards. The other one moves in, and eventually, the ref. So the ball's like somewhere like not on the side of the pitch where he's just gonna go. Tsk. It's somewhere, and then he takes like he sprints.
Yeah,
like a full semicircle around the whole, like 10 yards. It's so funny.
I love that little spray thing. And referees can be like dicks sometimes, but
Mike
they're
Dean
cool
needs to
people.
use it
Yeah,
more.
bro, have you seen that?
Let's
man?
congratulate him. Congratulations.
Yo,
100 Premier League red cards.
It could have only been a man like Ashley Young.
only get that man out of my club, bro.
That's your legend, though. You'll build a statue for him. That's your man's.
You're gonna say I'm Mike Dean?
I'm congratulating him.
Yeah,
For
because
the
he got 100 red
card.
cards.
The first man ever. So, yeah.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk. I'm not listening.
But speaking of Ashley Young, what are you guys going to do with your experienced fullbacks leaving and your younger ones not really being as good as you thought they would
Well,
be?
our experienced fullbacks aren't experienced fullbacks.
Yeah, you know
because
what I mean.
both of
They're
them-
experienced.
They're
and
experienced
playing
as
fullback.
players.
Yeah.
Playing as fullbacks. I don't think it matters. It's fine.
Get them away as soon as possible. Like, go
Mhm.
leave.
I don't think it's that bad,
Young.
but it's just the Young is not good defensively. Sometimes I think he's
Valencia's coming back, boy.
Ah, yeah, that guy's
no,
never
he's
been-
already leaving on a
Yeah.
free in the summer.
No, I'm saying like he's coming back into the squad.
Nah, bro. Nah.
I don't think he
That man
plays
can't
again.
cross.
I'd take him. I like him.
Yo.
He can't cross. He never
Hectic.
crosses.
You like him?
He can't
Yeah.
I'm
cross.
surprised. I didn't
He's
know people
solid.
liked
He's good at
Valencia.
defending. He's fast, strong, and he used to be amazing in crossing.
Yeah.
When he came to United and played as a winger, I think Rooney scored like his most headers ever in a season that season. Rooney scoring a lot of headers. That means you're a good crosser. So he used to be very good. The problem is now he just has one move.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Messi. Pass.
But it still works sometimes. So I don't hate him that much. I think he's better than Ashley Young.
I don't hate him either. I don't want that type of quality around when you're looking at City, Liverpool.
Yeah.
You get
I
me?
think a couple seasons ago a lot of people were saying he was one of the best right backs in the world.
I never said it.
Yeah, that's why I said a lot of
Never.
people. No, you did, bro. You were agreeing. We had those conversations.
That face. He knows it's guilt, dog. It's the guilt.
And even players were saying it. They're like him, Kyle Walker, and Danny Alves.
They
Is
were
what people.
lying. The
I'm-
people that said that
No,
were
Valencia,
lying.
Valencia
serious?
did have a moment at the top, bro.
Are
Let's
we
not
really
lie.
going to put Valencia in the same bracket as Danny Alves? Oh my
For that
goodness.
season, I'm not saying.
I know.
You know,
I'm just saying I don't think there was ever a season where that was the case.
there was under Mourinho.
Let's agree
When
to
he was doing good things.
Let's agree to disagree. Let's agree. Disagree.
But it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Who are these guys going to be suspended against? We're playing Ashley Young.
Oh, Shaw,
Shaw.
Shaw and Young are playing.
Who are we going to play next?
It's a blank game week for us next. We don't play them.
Yeah, but then they're still suspended.
Yeah.
Who do we play now?
I don't know.
Also, it's a strong team. I think it's West Ham. It's West Ham.
West Ham and Everton.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ashley Young misses one game though, right? Because it's 2 yellow cards. Another straight red.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and then Young misses. I mean, Shaw misses too because of
misses both
accumulation
of them.
of yellows.
I've never gotten the rules.
And then,
down for you,
hold on.
bro. Yeah.
And then would Young get suspended if he gets a yellow card in the next game? Because then won't it be 10 yellow cards that is accumulated?
I don't know. I don't know if it refreshes after a red card or what.
Was like the
I don't
two
understand.
cancelled out
I don't
and
know that
became a
one.
red.
I don't know that one. But yeah, so
That would be funny.
That was
He's gonna
very
get a
funny.
yellow card.
Well,
the thing is, he gets so many yellow cards every time, and they're all stupid. Not one of them should happen. So, but yeah, our fullbacks, it's not gonna be great. It's gonna be like Rojo or Darmian and Dallo. Dallo, who I don't like defensively, I like him as a right mid or a right wing. I think he's got the trickery, the pace, and very good crossing. And then Darmian, he's alright.
Man, you guys took a proper player and I don't know, he just became terrible out of nowhere.
Darmian?
Darmian. Like before he moved to Manchester United, he was rated. I'm not going to say he was highly rated, but he was rated.
He was a Manchester United signing where you take
Yeah.
him and you really like blow him up, make
Yeah.
him proper world class.
he was playing for the national team and everything. He was a decent player.
And then
And-
Mourinho comes.
What I will say
It's
is,
sad.
over the past like 10, 20 years, I don't think any Italian defender has come to the Premier like, ooh, I'm an Italian defender.
How
in the
many
Prem."
years? 10?
10,
20?
20 yeah. I'm only like 20 years old, so I can't go further than that. But like, let's say 10 to be safe. I don't think there's any Italian defender who's transferred in and been like, yeah, this. I think it's just because of the difference in the game. I
And there's
think-
also, I don't
No,
think
no.
there's many
not
at
a lot.
all.
There's
There's
not
like
a lot.
barely any.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
what English defenders have gone and played in the Italian league and done well?
And also,
Why?
there was a period of time where
Defensive
the Italian league was
Was
really
the
good.
best.
Yeah, it was the
In those 20
league
years
to
that
be
you
in.
can't-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
those
yeah,
guys
yeah.
didn't
But they
leave Italy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
where you
yeah.
went to make it.
Yeah.
So that's why Marco Materazzi, when he wasn't getting a chance, that's when he went to the Prem to play for Everton. And then when he became good again, he went back home. Because that's how it was, especially for defenders. So this is a tricky discussion.
Yeah.
But Marcos Alonso came from Italy.
Look at him now.
Doing well, eh?
Oh, great success.
Great success.
Yeah, bro. Like, even who's that guy? AC Milan. Romagnoli.
Romagnoli. That
Yeah.
guy?
You know that
Romagnoli?
guy? Yeah.
That
He
guy?
played at Hull. Yeah. Was it Hull?
No, you mean Ranocchia.
Was
Okay.
it Nokia?
Ranocchia? Romagnoli
Yeah.
never came.
Yeah, I was like,
to,
what's
was
wrong-
Was it
Ranocchia?
Nokia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Nokia.
He came
The
to
Inter
Hull.
Milan dude.
Yeah.
Isn't it AC Milan?
Romagnoli is at AC
Yeah,
Milan.
Romagnoli
He's
Wasn't
is a
he
young
at-
player.
never. You're
That's
thinking there was
P6s.
one Italian defender who went to Hull when they got relegated, right?
Yeah. Ranocchia.
Definitely Ranocchia.
Yeah.
You don't need to
Okay.
search it. It's Ranocchia.
And then I want to see what this guy played.
Romagnoli.
Is it
Milan.
Mexican?
Just AC Milan, I
Yeah,
think.
I think that's it. He's just been there.
He's their captain now. Sometimes. So it was
Why
just
am I
Ranocchia.
confusing these guys? Yeah.
And I
That's
think Ranocchia did alright.
At Hull?
Yeah, I did alright.
He did alright and then left because they got relegated.
Oh, thank goodness they got relegated.
Why?
Yeah, because we got Andy Robertson
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
on the cheap too.
And they got Maguire also, right?
Yeah.
Leicester.
Yeah,
Leicester.
Leicester got
Yeah,
Maguire. That's weird. I just don't like picturing anyone in a Hull's kit because it's such an ugly kit.
It's a terrible kid. Oh my goodness, the Tigers.
Bro.
The
It's
kid is
such an
horrible.
ugly kid. Any player in that kit just doesn't look right. Except what's that guy who plays FIFA and like one guy, David Myler, something Myler.
Oh, I know
Oh
That
yeah,
guy.
I do know that guy.
He fits the kit.
I wanted to say something. We should do a show on like the relegation players who are gonna get like snapped up.
Who's
you
gonna
know?
get signed? Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here
I
for
see.
this.
Yeah, I see.
Top 10.
Number one.
Tune in.
Oh yeah.
That's not the next one because I already have that one planned, but it's the next
The one after the next one.
You heard it here first. The TFU exclusive.
Hey, by the way,
TFU
Roma are tuning in the youth, eh?
Yeah, Roma are.
Roma up there with Ajax, boy.
It's not really working out though. When
Was
you
they selling
consider.
for a low price?
No. Like on the pitch.
Oh, yeah,
On
that's
the
true.
pitch.
Yeah,
it's
they're
really
not
working
doing
out.
very well.
But they're doing the right
The
thing.
youth, hey.
Good things.
But they buy a lot of them. Never mind. I just don't really.
Or it's not necessarily
Yeah, they're not homegrown.
homegrown.
Yeah,
It's like
so-
we'll buy you at 15
Yeah,
or at
or at 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they've been doing that and they've been great at it. They convince people to pay a lot more than they would have otherwise. Like Lamella, Spurs paid.
Sure.
First page for the Mela.
Sure.
Lamella?
Hey, but that was bad.
Sure.
That's some
Uh,
bad business.
Juventus paid for Pjanic.
Sorry, there's a great signing today. Raul Jimenez for 30 million to Wolves.
Great.
Yes.
That-
What a signing, boys.
yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant signing, and that's a bargain in the market.
How
30
much?
mil.
30.
Yeah,
Like, for that man could walk into, I'm going to say,
most top 6
Arsenal,
sides. Bench,
Chelsea.
bench,
United,
bench,
not Tottenham, because they have Kane,
bench.
not City,
Bench.
Liverpool,
Bench.
You
maybe.
don't have that type of
Oh,
player. That's why.
bench.
I say
don't have-
maybe into Liverpool.
Where?
Place of Firmino.
Drop Firmino back.
Okay.
I think
okay.
they're the same, though.
That's what I'm saying.
bench.
I think they're the same, so
who
maybe.
would you rather have in your team, Callum Wilson or Jimenez?
Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez. In my team. At
My
Liverpool.
team Jimenez, boy.
Oh man, I like Wilson.
I also
Yeah,
really like
is
Wilson.
really
I
good.
like Wilson.
But I see him as more of an Arsenal type of striker.
I
than
don't
a-
think he's like a big six striker. I think he's,
And you think Jimenez is like
just
basic?
below
I-
that. I think Jimenez could be a big six striker
I think if Chelsea were looking to sign a striker, I'd go
if
for
they
Wilson.
could sign.
If they could, I'd go
Yeah.
for
Hey,
Wilson.
these guys.
They don't know how
I'm
this appeal is
serious.
going to work.
Leave
Yeah.
Icardi, leave
They
Everton.
might
Bro,
be able to.
Wilson, Premier League proven, and he's doing amazing stuff with Bournemouth.
But still,
bro.
but he's been
Yeah.
good when he's played, but then he's very injury prone. It's like Andy Carroll.
True. I mean, Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll. A while ago, not this Andy
How
Carroll.
much did Liverpool pay for him?
Oh, dang, man.
I know how much we paid for him.
How much?
We paid 35 million. Yo,
And did you pay the same for Suarez?
no, we paid a lot less for Suarez.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was
So-
either the same or less for Suarez, and wow.
We lost our main man to Chelsea for a British record transfer fee. We had the money. We just didn't have time to find a proper replacement.
It was exactly.
So,
it was
everyone
like,
just
don't bullshit
people-
on that.
Dude,
Bro,
when is
these,
this-
these
Bro.
transfers don't just happen one day, right?
They-
These
they-
conversations
They
are-
do.
Huh?
Deadline
Deadline day?
transfers.
And that was a
Deadline day
deadline day
transfers.
transfer.
Why
Also,
would you
like,
make a deadline day
um,
transfer like that?
Because we
How
just
can
lost
I
our
replace?
top
How can I
man
replace?
at the end of the window.
No, I'm saying, why would you sell your top, bro? I'm not selling
He hands in a
Cole Pogba on
transfer
the last day
request.
of the window.
He hands in a transfer request.
That means nothing these days, bro. Let's be
It's-
honest.
yeah, that wasn't these days. Good
That was
you
those
understand.
days.
Hands in a transfer request. British record. He's going.
We need man.
He's going.
Liverpool. We said.
He's going.
Selling club.
And it's sort of like
So-
Courtois leaving, and
Yeah.
then they're like, Kepa.
Yeah, that's really just how it happened. Oh my goodness, we didn't get Allison. Because you're not gonna wait till
Yeah,
the season
you
starts.
can't
with
you
Caballero.
can't wait and play Caballero. You
Yeah.
have to get someone, and if they couldn't get Donnarumma, maybe they didn't try.
Maybe.
But Donnarumma, they could have tried, but they were just
You
like,
also-
We need a sporting director.
You guys missed out on Monchi. Should have moved in. Monchi, the man that was at Roma.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy is excellent. You
Where
guys
did he
should.
go now?
He went back to Sevilla. You should have gotten that guy.
Nice.
Oh,
who did
oh
Bayern
that
sign?
guy. Oh, the Monaco
Bayern,
guy.
bro. Didn't they sign like
Mm,
two
Lucas
Pavard and
Hernandez.
Hernandez?
Yeah.
Hernandez.
Yeah.
These bro, what?
You know those guys?
That's
There was a rumor that they had
disgusting.
300 million to spend, and I didn't believe it at first, but I do now because they've already spent 100 million on defenders.
Bro, how?
Not counting the youngsters that they've been bringing, just those two, Pavard and
Who?
Jimenez.
Pavard and
Yeah, that's
Hernandez.
100 mil.
How
much
did
did
they
they
do
pay?
that?
Pavard was
60.
80.
No.
Pavard 80.
No,
Pavard was 30.
Hernandez was
But
80.
Hernandez was 80.
So
80.
80
Yeah.
for Hernandez.
In euros though, but it's still 80.
80 though.
How old is he? 24.
23.
No.
He's young and he's good, but
22,
80.
23.
It's not Alaba good, gents.
No,
Alaba-
but he-
Alaba
Well,
good
he won the
was
World
Alaba-
Cup.
So,
You can play them
You can't
together.
say so. He won
play
the World
Alaba.
Cup. Let's
Oh,
just.
Hernandez.
Hudson, I'm talking quality. Like,
Both of them.
No, no, but I'm
But-
saying that they won the World Cup means something.
Wait. So
Uh,
Hernandez plays left back.
I
He
think
can
oh,
play
he
left back or centre back.
isn't
I
that
think
his
that's-
brother?
play
Isn't
in
that
the
his
mid-
brother?
No, his
One
brother
of
is a
his-
left back,
His
left
brother's
back.
a
His
left
brother's
back.
just the left
But-
back.
So
His
I
brother
think
is not Lucas is the one that was born.
Yeah.
His brother is
Theo.
Theo.
Yeah.
He plays for Madrid.
Mhm.
Okay. But he plays left back, right?
Yeah.
So this dude that they bought is a left back /
Centre
Centre
back.
back.
centre back, and then Pavard is also a left back.
A right
No,
back
Pavard's a-
/ centre back.
Pavard is
Centre
a-
back.
Right back.
Centre
So
back, right back.
Yeah, so they
they
just
bought
signed,
all four positions in 2
And
players.
Pavard
Pavard
is
can
a
play.
centre back, right
And
back.
Pavard can
Yeah.
play centre mid also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hectic.
So
So now Alaba must just go fly off a bridge.
Well, the thing is,
No, I
Alaba
think
can
you can
also
play them
play
together.
centre back, left back, centre mid, left mid.
yeah, he plays centre mid for his national team, and he's been playing.
You can
Yeah.
Alaba can
No,
play
no,
everywhere.
not centre back. Though.
Yeah,
He's played. No, he
No,
played
he
centre
played centre
back.
back, but in the
Centre
back three.
okay,
Yeah,
in
in
the
the back
back
three.
so it doesn't really count.
yeah.
Centre back.
Come on.
Centre back.
Yeah, in a back
Actually,
three.
this
In a
weekend
back
also.
In a
three.
back
That's
three.
still a centre back though.
No, it's not.
It's different though.
It's not. The centre back is.
But it's a
if he's-
centre back. If they play with the back three, he can play as a third
No,
centre
No,
back.
back
you know
three,
why? You know
but
why
he's
I
not a
say he
centre back.
can't? Because then the holding midfielder always drops to the back three, and then this guy provides width. You see?
Yeah.
But he's still playing as the third centre back in a back three. So I'm
No,
saying
no,
he's
no.
still
He's playing in a
versatile
back
and
three.
can still play there.
But it's not a centre back. In a back three, there's only one centre back.
Yes.
So he's in the back three. I wouldn't play him. Would you trust him? In a back four.
Nothing.
Play here.
No.
Alaba.
Way.
Yeah.
No
Not
way.
even close.
Nah, they'll finish
Not a
him.
chance.
And it's the Bundesliga.
Okay.
He'll be fine against most people.
Yeah, probably. But you know when a big man comes through.
Also,
Yeah, you don't want to do that in the
harassing
Champions
him.
League.
Hudson, yes, you're right. Lucas has won a World Cup, right? But I'm not. I'm saying that he's not Alaba level.
But the thing is also,
He's like I
yeah.
would think Alaba is here.
But the thing is
Not
also,
low, but like
yeah.
he's like.
Yeah,
the
that's
problem
pretty low.
for the problem with Alaba for me is that Alaba was here and people are like, he's here and he's so young. He can go here, but he hasn't moved
Yeah, he's
at
just
all.
Yeah. So that's the other thing why Alaba might leave because he's won everything at a
Yeah.
very young age. He can
Yeah.
go somewhere just to try something else. You know?
Real Madrid.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys saw
leaves.
that report where they discussed like how the top 3 clubs in the different leagues just like trade players. Like how they had like this weird thing going on, bro. Like James would go to Bayern and then Bayern would sell to Juve and then Juve would sell to Madrid, Madrid would sell to Juve and they'd only like keep recycling players in between. Like
Yeah.
Douglas Costa went to Bayern, you get me? No, Douglas Costa went from Bayern to Juventus, right? Yeah.
Coleman.
Is that recently?
No, listen,
I
they've
mean,
been
you're
doing
saying
it
it's
for,
been,
like,
but
10
also
years.
still recently.
Yeah, they've been doing it like consistently. bro. Cannavaro,
Zidane,
bro.
Zidane.
Like they
Ronaldo.
have like they broke it
Hey,
down to
Ronaldo's
like
a different case. He
conspiracy
was
theory.
everywhere. Ronaldo went everywhere.
No, I mean the
Yeah.
better Ronaldo.
Oh,
The Cristiano though.
the Brazilian. He said the
Cristiano.
better one. He said the better one.
Cristiano.
The better one.
The better one
Cristiano.
played everywhere. He played at Real Madrid, at Barcelona, at Milan, at Inter.
I agree with him. The better one won a Ballon d'Or at a very, very young age.
And how many did he win?
No, not the better one. I mean, the better one, the Brazilian one.
Yeah.
Won the World Cups.
That's
And he won the Ballon d'Or at the youngest age.
Okay,
ever.
3 times. That's the better
Boo.
one.
Can we cancel your World Cups thing? Because you said that doesn't count in the other argument. You said that Teo Hernandez won a World. I mean, Lucas Hernandez won a World Cup.
No, you're the one who's saying. I said Alaba's way better than him, and you're
Yeah,
like,
then you're
Snoop,
like,
but
yeah,
he
but
won
he
the
won
World
World
Cup.
Cup.
Yes,
was
I'm
like-
saying that means something, but then you can't have that in this argument as well.
No, you can have it. You can have it.
Are we
both
gonna
ways.
argue which Ronaldo is better? This
No.
this-
I'm
let's-
saying don't
let's- let's
discredit
stop it.
him. I'm
Yeah,
saying don't discredit him.
I'm not.
Brazilian Ronaldo.
I really
But
think
it's
he
not-
was the better
it's-
one, but the other one is the more successful one.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's discrediting him to say he's not as good as
As
the
the
other
other.
Ronaldo. Like saying you're not as
Okay,
good as Ronaldo
but-
and Messi
but-
isn't
but-
a discredit
but-
to any current player in the world.
That's true. But Brazilian Ronaldo was way better than Cristiano Ronaldo as a striker.
If the knee,
As a striker.
if his knees hadn't like,
Different players, definitely different style of players.
so okay, which style of play do you prefer?
I'm gonna say it right now, ne? Me. Style of play I prefer. Ronaldinho is the best.
No,
player.
no, 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 no.
No, leave me. Leave me. The
Yeah.
style of play I prefer. Ronaldinho is the best
Thank
to
you.
ever touch
Yeah,
a ball.
I know.
That's-
Now I know.
You get what I'm
He's
saying?
Yeah, you know
Ronaldo.
that's so it
Yeah,
is.
so it's Ronaldo.
It's
for you.
more
Which
elegant
Cristiano.
and
You prefer
beautiful
Brazilian Ronaldo.
and
no,
fun.
no. I prefer
watch.
Ronaldo because we're
No,
Can you
in
say-
this
yeah, in this
situation,
case, Cristiano
you prefer
Ronaldo-
Brazilian
I
Or
prefer
Ronaldo Luis.
Cristiano because I love the man. You get what I'm saying? We're connected here. Everything about him, bro. You see, he's the guy for me. So I'm always gonna stand with him. Whether his style of play isn't as good as the next player, or whether he doesn't score as many goals or whatever, he's
Whether
still gonna
he-
be the guy for me. You feel what I'm saying? And I'll stand for him in every argument, even if I'm wrong.
Ah, that's it.
If you're telling me,
Yeah,
if you're
just
telling
be
me,
honest.
if
Yeah.
you're telling
You just-
me style of play makes the best player, I'm telling you Ronaldinho was the best player ever.
Yeah.
No,
And
no,
now
you
what
was
are you
just
gonna
asking.
tell
You
me?
didn't
Yeah.
say style
Yeah.
of play.
No, but the point that I'm making is,
Oh,
if the
so-
style of play doesn't make you a better player, you get what I'm saying? Because otherwise, Ronaldinho would be the best player to ever play, ever. Is he better
He's
than
probably up
Messi?
there. He's in the
Is he
top.
better than
And
Messi?
Wilfred Zaha.
No. Yannick Bolasie.
Small boys.
Dimitri.
Who's the big boys?
Ronaldinho. One category,
Ronaldinho is the
small
best, bro.
boys. Bro, I haven't watched that guy live, nah.
I'm not saying that Zaha is as skillful and as good as Ronaldinho. I'm just saying other skillful
Okay,
players.
okay, no. They up there. They have their own bracket, nah. Where Zaha, Ben Arfa, Walasi.
Oh yeah. Bro.
They have their own category, nah.
Tarabs.
I would.
Arab Tab. They have
Shout out
their
to
own.
him. He made his debut.
Oh
Finally.
yeah, for Benfica.
Yeah, he finally made his
They
debut.
have their own category, nah, those guys, nah, which is below Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
And for them to have their own category below Ronaldinho, shout out.
Yeah. But Ronaldinho's still the king, man.
Ronaldo and Ronaldinho same bracket.
Ronaldo, not quite. No,
It's
you
not
can't say
the same.
same bracket.
No, I can.
I
In
think
terms of what?
I sort of understand,
You've
but I
seen-
wouldn't say same bracket because
you-
he still did he did all the skills. He was almost as skillful, I'd say, as Ronaldo, but still, it's a almost.
There's a thing that you're not considering. Ronaldo did all those skills at full speed.
yeah.
Ronaldo was
Fastest-
full speed when he was doing these things.
Ronaldo- something that
was
you're not
double-
considering
Ronaldo
now.
and Ronaldinho, double keepers, my guy. Not
Away,
just
away,
defenders.
away,
He
away.
wasn't
Bring
doing
that back,
all of
bring that
those
back.
fancy, flashy things exactly at full speed. He was
Exactly.
doing the step
The
overs
quick
and
ones.
the better full speed ones. He wasn't doing because Ronaldinho can also do those ones at full speed.
Okay, so
There-
which
it's
one
just
was he
those
not
other
doing?
flare ones.
What I'm
just
saying is,
didn't do them as
the
much.
fact that Ronaldinho wasn't as fast means it was more difficult for him to beat his man.
No, no,
He was
but not
already
to
at a
us.
disadvantage. So if you're telling me, nah, get past the man right now, obviously Ronaldo's gonna have it easier. He's
But
faster.
Ronaldo doesn't always
Yeah.
kick the ball and run it.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't that.
I'm not saying he's just like papurra. I'm saying, bro, the speed is an extra attribute that he had.
And he was a beefy guy.
exactly.
He wasn't
was
always a beefy guy.
Most of the time.
In his-
And
You know, I
when
wish
he was like
Yeah,
when he was
yeah.
young, when he won the
Later
Ballon d'Or,
later
when he won the
stages.
Ballon d'Or, he wasn't. But still, for
He won
I'd
it
say-
3 times.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
The
He
19
wasn't.
I really wish we could go back in time
You know
so
what?
we could watch these things.
We
live.
will. Yeah, let's actually do that. How about that?
Should we just watch
We
full
have
matches?
YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Let's just watch full matches.
Let's
so we can
let's
see.
actually do that. We'll come back to you guys some other time when we feel like it
Why
with
am I
one of
arguing
those
for a
arguments.
Barcelona player, bro?
No, you're not arguing for Barcelona player. Dog.
No, I
Dude,
do
that's
think
your
I'm
thing.
arguing
Tino.
for a
That's your
football
thing.
player.
That's your
Okay,
thing, Tino.
okay,
You
okay,
just
okay.
argue, or you just very biased towards this guy or against this guy just because he
Listen,
played for
I'm
that
honest,
team,
I'm
or
honest
you
about
feel
it.
like.
But then let's
I
also
have-
say that
or you
there's
feel like-
another certain person here.
Ah,
who is
no,
also
no, no.
very
I do that
biased.
for jokes. I do those biased things for jokes.
Also,
Where am I being
Stevie
biased
G
now?
was better. Stevie
No,
Joe
no.
Paul Scholes.
If you ask me that, I honestly believe it's Steven Gerrard. I'm not saying this out of
Better
bias.
in terms of
I'm not saying this out of bias.
We're not
That's
supposed to
another
have this
time.
right
That's
now.
another time.
We're not supposed to
No.
have this right now. Pause. Shh. Guys, we love you. Listen, thank you for watching, you know. If you feel lonely and bored, if you feel like your knowledge for football is getting depleted, if you feel like the international break is boring, you know where to find us. The Football Universe is the place to be. Thank you for watching.
I just had a great day.
Peace.
Out.